Hey loves! So today is the day that I'm actually going to pick grapes from my backyard. I will give you a quick little backstory once I come back from picking them. But y'all, the grapes are in abundance right now, okay? They are overflowing in my backyard. So God was like, go ahead and pick some. And I'm going to pick some, try them out, and compare them to the grapes that I bought from the store. And yeah, let's go. Come along with me. I got my plate. I got my bowl and I got some of those kitchen scissors. So let's go. Now, y'all, my backyard is a hot mess. I do the recycling and stuff, but you know, it's just me, and it's like to go there and do all this, it's a lot. But look at the grapes. Look at these little gnats or whatever. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful. There's so much. I first saw them from my son's window that is right there. And I was like, oh wow, so I only saw these grapes, right? So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go pick some grapes eventually. And it's been a couple weeks since I've noticed them. But yeah, look at y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick some. I'm gonna try to set this camera up. Yeah, I should bring my tripod out, but I don't do all that. Okay, of course we're gonna have to rinse them, so woo. Woo. I got these. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a lot of gnats and like little spider webs, and I don't like them. Let's see. So these are all the grapes that I got. I try to get the good ones. I just pulled these ones off of the branch I really wanted because they fell on the floor. But yeah, so you can see there's some unripe ones, obviously, but for the most part, they don't look too shabby. I'm going to rinse them off really well. Got a leaf up in here. And then I have these store-bought grapes. So you can see the difference in size, clearly, you know. But I'll see the taste and everything for myself, okay? Okay, you guys, so I went on and rinsed off both bundles, the ones that I picked from outside. Look at how pretty they look after rinsing them off. So now the color is showing more, and then I rinsed off these. So they look about the same color. These are smaller. I'm going to taste the fruit that was growing in my backyard first. But yeah, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put something in it now, a little bit of that. No. Wait, hold up. You guys. These are sweet. These aren't, let me taste these because I know these are like more sour, and my son, he doesn't like the green ones. I get both green and the red because he's like, look, the green ones are sour. So let me taste this one. The store ones are sour. So I'm not sour. I'm sweet. So God knew what he was doing when he landed me here. So let me tell you guys the story. Well, I didn't land here. He put me here, like literally was like here. So I know I mentioned this story before, but for the new ones that have joined my channel, and you probably didn't go and scroll down videos and everything, but I actually came to this place after being homeless. I was homeless for probably about a year, maybe a little over a year. And it was just a humbling experience. I never really experienced anything like that because at this time I had kids. You know what I'm saying? Like going and living my life and being alone and not really, you know, that's one thing. I can do it by myself, but when you have kids, it's a whole different feeling. So I had kids at this time when I'm starting all over after deciding to divorce. But long story short, I really didn't have any help from any people that I thought would reach out a helping hand, except, here's the kicker, my mother-in-law which actually the divorce was finalized when I actually, called her and was like, hey, can I stay with you, me and the kids, because I have nowhere to go. And the money that I was making, like doing DoorDash and stuff, I was like getting bigger and bigger and more tired and tired because I was pregnant at the time too. Two little ones. I had my sons and I was pregnant at the time with my daughter. So she was like, yeah, she's just very open arms, very, just helpful and just understanding and kind. She's always been like that to me when I was married with my ex for almost 10 years since when the divorce finally finalized. But we weren't even married still at this time when she opened up her home to me and the kids and stuff. And I stayed with her for probably a couple months or whatnot. And then it just got, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to leave. Not her. It wasn't her. She didn't do anything. She didn't even want me to leave, really. So when I told her, she's like, why? And I just was like, yeah, I get it, You're, his mother. And, I just felt like it was time for me to go. So she was just so beautiful in that moment for me. And, having friends or family members that didn't offer reach out and stuff like that, it was just kind of crazy to experience something like that. But I definitely believe she's a real one. She's always been a real one. Shout out to Mama Louise. I always call her Mama Louise since, the beginning and stuff. So shout out to her, and my kids call her Grammy. But, she was just really sweet. And when I decided to leave, she put money in my pocket. She gave me like $200 or so and was like, here. And I'm crying, me and her's just hugging. And I was just crying on the way driving home or wherever I was choosing to go at the time. And, I just wanted to share that story. So God brought me here because after, money running low and stuff like that, I had to reach out and get some help from the county, and they gave me a week voucher. And in that week, I was like, I'm not leaving out of this hotel until I'm getting a place, until I have a place. So I only had a week. So I just gave it to God. I said, you know what, God, wherever you want me to go. Because I kept praying for my desires and what I wanted. But I was like, you know what, God, not my will, let your will be done wherever you know is best for me and these kids to start off fresh. And lo and behold, this place came up. I applied. I didn't hear anything for a few days. I was getting worried. I was like, the last day of the day that I was supposed to leave the hotel, the landlord called and was like, hey, are you still interested? I said, yeah. So I left that hotel and drove out here 2.5 hours or so to come and see this place. And long story short, they ended up saying, yeah, you can, stay here and stuff. And this is your home. This is your new place. Welcome. And that's when I knew grapes were growing in the backyard because, we went and he showed me the backyard and he was like, yeah, these are grapes. I said, are they good? He's like, yeah, they're sweet. They're good. So this is my first time trying them. I was waiting for them to regrow because when I moved here, I wasn't worried about eating no grapes. I was ready to get settled in and stuff. So here we are almost 2 years later. I'm finally trying these grapes. And yeah, I'm so thankful for my landlords as well. Very understanding people. Almost ate a stick. Very understanding people. Very, nice and stuff. So God is good. This place actually means where I live means devoted to God, or God is my oath. No coincidence, y'all. I can't make this stuff up. I'm sharing my life and my experience and things to that nature because God says to. And I want you guys to know that God still does miracles. He still makes stuff happen like that when you least expect it. So God is good. God is great. Thank you for these grapes today. So after this, I'm going to just go ahead and I'll probably eat something else, but y'all, after trying these from actual growing trees and everything, like, they're real because they're coming from the land, these don't compare to these. I wish they were bigger though. They're so cute though. But so this is my promised land, y'all. I made it to the promised land after all that I've been through. Like I've been saying, I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I believe I passed the test. So God, gave me this confirmation. I'm thinking I'm just now getting over the trials and tribulations from my last experience, but God already put me here, 2 years ago, knowing like this, you've already did it, girl. You already made it. Well done, good faithful servant. So I'm happy. I'm blessed. And this is just my confirmation that I made it to the promised land, because, you know, they was talking about the grapes were huge, though, the size of, you know, the head or whatever when the Israelites made it out. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to see what else God does. But that's it, y'all. These grapes are fire. They're really good. These are really good. Oh, sorry. You know me, I can get greedy. But that's it, y'all. Don't forget to cherish your beauty and be all that God has created you to be. Mind, body, and spirit. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.